Hi guys, welcome back to the Home and Homestead. Today we will be doing part 2 of a multi-part series of what to do with all that zucchini. So in part 2 today we will be making zucchini bread. We'll be taking zucchini from the garden and shredding it and adding it with a few other ingredients in order to make a delicious bread that's sweet and sure to please. So first we will take the zucchini and get it shredded in the food processor. So we're over at the food processor, and for this model there's a little elevator part. You put that in and then you place the shredding and slicing attachment, and we add the top. Remove the chute cap, and in order to prep the zucchini I just cut the ends off and cut them in half so that they'll fit into the chute. If they're a little bit too big for that, then I might quarter them. You can certainly do this by hand, the shredding of the zucchini, either with a box shredder or a flat shredder, or if you happen to have a shredding attachment for your KitchenAid. Since I'll be doing this recipe and using the food processor, I have a couple extra zucchinis here. I'll prep these and I'll show you how I do this for shredding and freezer preservation of this vegetable. Alright, so let's get these shredded. So we'll place them in the food processor here. We'll measure out 2 cups. We'll put this aside for today's recipe. And what I like to do, since I'm already shredding and using the food processor, I had a few more zucchinis down in cold storage, so I'll just get these shredded and put them into the freezer. And I portion them out in 2-cup portions for use in other recipes. So we'll just get them into the food processor, and this will shred it really quickly. Let me portion out 2 more cups. And this is a little plastic bag holder that I received in a set of other items. So you can use this, you can use a bowl or mason jar and just place the bag inside, or just simply put it in the bag. Whatever you like to do. I just find this works well because it holds it open nice and wide for me. And I have it, so I may as well use it. You just remove it from here. And I lay it flat. Kind of get a nice thin layer of the whole product here, and then smush out the air and seal it. Then I lay this flat on a jelly roll pan, and I'll put that in the freezer on the jelly roll pan so that it freezes flat. And then you have a pre-portioned, shredded, and preserved zucchini ready to go for recipes in the future. So let me get another bag here, and I'll get the rest portioned out and put in the freezer so they'll be ready to go for other recipes. Now if you have a vacuum sealing bag machine or a food saver, I do as well, you can use those. I find that the freezer Ziploc bags work just fine, and then I reuse them over and over. Get this last one ready for the freezer, and then we'll move on to making the zucchini bread. Alright, so let's make the zucchini bread batter. So in a bowl we'll put 3 eggs, and we'll whisk those. To that we will add 2 cups of sugar and 1 cup of oil. So do a neutral flavored oil, so an avocado oil or vegetable oil works really well for this recipe. We'll mix this together. Just want to mix the eggs in well with the sugar and oil. There we are. To this we will add 2.5 cups of flour and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder and 2 teaspoons of baking soda, as well as 1 teaspoon of salt. Mix this all together. Make sure you get the flour off the sides and off the bottom and mixed in well. Now we'll add the 2 cups of shredded zucchini and a teaspoon of vanilla. And we'll mix this all together. You can also add things like raisins and nuts and dates. I will be doing the straightforward zucchini bread recipe today. What I like to do, regardless of whether I'm adding raisins or dates or nuts to the bread, is I like to add some cinnamon sugar sprinkled on top of the bread. Okay, so we'll pour this batter into the bread pans. This makes 2 loaves of zucchini bread, or it would make 1 8x8 or 9x9 square if you don't have bread pans. Let's scrape everything off the sides here. There we are. And the final sprinkling here of the cinnamon sugar. It's a little pre-blend that I have in a little shaker container. This puts a nice little crunchy top to the bread. Alright, I'll place this on a cookie sheet just to catch any drippings and to keep them nice and flat in the oven. We'll put this in a 350-degree oven for 45 minutes. Okay, so the zucchini bread is finished. This pan took 10 minutes longer, so this was 45, this was 55. It's a slightly different material, it's a non-stick, little darker metal pan, but in order to test doneness, just stick a toothpick into the bread, and if it comes out clean, then you know it's finished. So we'll let this cool on the cooling rack, then I'll come back and cut into this and show you what it looks like and how it tastes. Alright, so the zucchini bread pans have cooled. Nice and cool to the touch. So what I'll do is I'll cut this and give this a little taste. There we go. So it's nice and moist. The crispy top. Let's give this a little taste. Nice and moist and sweet. I love the mix of the sugar and then the sugar and cinnamon on top. This is really a good bread. Well, if you want to try different sweet bread besides banana bread, I would give this zucchini bread recipe a try. It's a good use for some of that zucchini that you may have from your garden, or if you're able to pick some up from the farmer's market, or it was on sale at the grocery store, or you just want a little something different. This is a nice sweet bread that you can enjoy. This recipe makes 2 loaves of bread, so I like to serve one and then I package up the other and freeze it, or I might give it away to someone else. Well, I hope you're having a wonderful day today, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please watch for other videos and the What to Do with All This Zucchini series that I'm doing. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. See you next time. Take care.